Supreme Court orders a new trial for Alex Murdaugh, overturning his 2023 murder convictions in the killings of his wife, Maggie, and son, Paul. This case dates back to June of 2021, when the two were found shot to death at the family's Moselle property in Colleton County. Prosecutors argued that Murdaugh killed them as his financial crimes were unraveling, and a Colleton County jury sentenced him in 2023 after a high-profile 6-week-long trial. In a February appeal hearing, Murdaugh's attorneys raised concerns about possible jury tampering involving then Colleton County Clerk of Court Becky Hill. Hill denied the claims. State Supreme Court now, though, says those actions were serious enough to warrant a new trial. Since that ruling, now we've been getting reaction. Our Megan Dowkes has been out all day talking to people downtown about the decision. She's joining us across the street from the state Supreme Court with details on what they're saying. Megan.
Yeah, today people were shocked when they found out the news, and a lot of them finding out for the first time about this retrial from me. Here are their thoughts when they found out the news.
I think it needs to be done. Justice wasn't there, carried out like it should have been. If we didn't get it right the first time, let's get it right the second time. It's going to cost money. I understand that. Lives are, at stake here.
I was shocked to hear it because I think the whole situation was premeditated, and I think that they went through the trial, they had all the evidence that they needed to convict him, and I think that it should be enough.
The evidence is stacked against him, there's no doubt about that, but what we practice here is fair trials, and any little glimmer of unfairness needs to be revisited.
Kind of shocking, but I think he's going to be in jail a long time regardless of this retrial, so hopefully this next time around he has a fair trial and no one tampers with the jury.
Well, I just feel that this is going to set a precedent that more people will have opportunities to get fair trials.
University of South Carolina professor of law Colin Miller says some people might be confused about just what the Supreme Court decided.
I think the biggest misconception is that the reversal was in any way based upon the evidence presented at trial, or that the verdict is in any way saying that Alex Murdaugh is innocent. This is saying the integrity of the justice system is compromised based upon the jurors being tainted based upon comments by the clerk of court.
Miller explains what it will be like going into a new trial.
So now both sides have some pre-existing knowledge of the evidence and the witnesses and the strategy. And it's kind of a chess game of how do we both readjust and recalibrate for trial 2, having already gone through trial 1.
This trial has gained national attention, and Miller says he doubts they will find jurors who have not heard anything about this case.
What the U.S. Supreme Court has said is you don't need that. Typically, if jurors come in and they're able to tell the judge, Your Honor, I've heard some things about this case, but I'm willing to set that aside and decide the case solely upon what's presented in the courtroom. Typically, the judge takes the jurors at their word, and that's likely what will happen here. I could also see the defense moving to transfer this trial to another place in South Carolina, and that might be successful.
Miller says it's unknown where the trial will move if it does move, and he's unsure of when the trial may begin. In our conversation today, he also brought up that this is going to bring back emotional and mental distress for those involved in the trial, affecting those who are going to have to testify again, bringing up memories of loved ones. Reporting here in Columbia, Megan Dowkes, News 19, WLTX.